Our topic for this week is convenience foods. Convenience foods. Convenience foods are foods which are prepared and or are packed by the manufacturers in ready-to-use form. They are prepared and packed in ready-to-use form. They are therefore quicker and simpler to prepare than the normal form in which they are available. They are easy to prepare, they are easy to eat, they are almost in a form that you can just pick and eat. Examples are sardine, I'm sure we all know that, cornflakes, baked beans, and so on. Let me use the example of the baked beans. If you go to those malams selling fried rice ingredients, you will see beans that are not yet boiled, that you can just buy and boil. Then you also see one that is already packed in a can. That one is a convenience food. There are different types of convenience foods. The first one is quick frozen foods. Quick frozen foods. Examples, meat and fish. Meat and fish. I'm sure you know of corned beef. You know of sardine is an example of frozen fish. Then we have, sardine is not one, but the frozen fish we buy in the market, they are already in the ready-to-use form. Then canned foods is another example, is another type of convenience food, canned food, e.g. Tomato paste. Another type is dehydrated foods. Dehydrated foods. And the last one is packed foods. These are different types of convenient foods. There are some factors you have to consider when you are purchasing canned foods in the market. Canned food as a convenience food, there are factors you must consider when you are purchasing. You must make sure that the can does not budge. What do I mean by that? Sometimes when you get to the market to buy canned foods, you see one part is up, as one part is swollen. It will be as a result of the growth of some microorganisms in the food. So you must not go for that. The seam must also be intact. The seam where the can where you have the joining must be intact. Then also the can must not be dented. You must not have one side that has gone inside. It could be as a result of growth of microorganisms or spoilage of the canned food. Another thing you must also check, you must check the expiry date of the canned food. You must also check the manufacturing date. Check the manufacturing date, the expiry date, then the list of the ingredients. The list of the ingredients used for the production of that canned food, you must also check. These are the factors you must consider. One, the can must not budge, the seam must be intact, it must not be dented. Then you check the expiry and the manufacturing date. Then you also check the list of the ingredients. Then when you are buying convenience food, there are some guidelines you must follow. We have talked about the types. We have also talked about canned foods as a convenience food and the factors you must consider when you are purchasing canned foods. There are also some guidelines for when you are selecting convenience food. One, must be suitable for the occasion. Must be suitable for the occasion. What are you using the convenience food for? You cannot say you are hungry, you want to eat bread and you buy tomato paste. No, it's not suitable for that occasion. If you buy sardine with your bread, it can go. Another thing you must also consider is the storage facilities. Storage facility. In any convenience food, in the can, they will tell you how to keep the food on the can. or in the package, on the package material, you will see they will explain how to keep the food. Some they will say keep in a cool environment. Some they will say keep in the fridge or keep in the refrigerator, in the freezer. So you must also check this. If you don't have the storage facilities, then there's no point buying. Then you must also avoid buying fake products. You must avoid buying fake products. Then give due consideration to the cost. I have told you how to go about when you want to buy different materials in the market. You have to consider prices. You must get value for your money. Then you check the expiry date too. Then you also ensure that the can is not rusted, bulging, or dented. These are guidelines to follow when you are selecting convenience foods. Uses and nutritive value of convenience foods. Uses and nutritive value. What makes this important? You can say that convenience foods they are easy to eat, they are easy to prepare, but at the same time, the nutritive value must also be considered. You don't just buy something because it is easy to prepare. You must also consider the fact that it must be able to meet the nutritional needs of the individual taking it. Now, some of them are used as a main dish. Some of these convenience foods are used as a main dish. Like for the example I gave the other time, sardine. You can use it as a main dish. Then they are also used as flavorings. Some are also used as flavorings. Some are also used to improve the nutritive value of the food you are eating because they are made from raw food. They also have their own nutritional content. So by the time you add that to your food, sometimes you just add. If you are preparing, some use this sardine. They use it when they are preparing foods like spaghetti. They are preparing your noodles. They add. By the time you are adding sardine, you have already improved the nutritive value of the food you are eating. Now let's go to the advantages of convenience foods. Advantages of convenience foods. They have their advantages, and even without telling you, you know one of the major advantages is that they save time and energy. They save time and energy. The time you will spend preparing or boiling your fish, having to add seasoning and other things to make it palatable is different from when you just open a can of fish that has been seasoned, that has been prepared and ready to use form. So they save time and energy. They are also easy to carry about. For example, I will also use that sardine as an example. If you go to the market and buy your Titus, you want to travel, you want to buy Titus, you ask them to cut and wrap. Compare it to when you just buy sardine, the canned sardine in the market. Which one is easier to carry? The one that has been canned. So they are easy to carry about. It's also a good choice for an inexperienced cook. Inexperienced, somebody that does not know how to cook. They are already made or prepared in such a way that you can easily use. So it's safer and convenient. It saves the housewife embarrassment when an unexpected visitor comes. You don't have fish in your freezer, you don't have meat in your freezer, and somebody just comes in as a visitor, and you have to prepare something. If you have canned sardine at home, you can just bring out, you add pepper and you are done, you are okay. You are ready to entertain your guests. It's also available in and out of season. It's available in and out of season. You can get them anytime, whether dry season or rainy season. They're always available. And it's also easy for the housewife to store and handle, and also makes cooking faster because you don't have to go through the rigor of having to clean, prepare and boil and fry again because they are already made and ready to use the form. As much as convenience foods are good, they have their advantages, they also have their disadvantages. They have their disadvantages. They have their disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is that some of them are very expensive. They could be very expensive. I'm sure a can of sardine goes for like 300 naira now. And if you go to the market, you buy a piece of fish, you can get it for 150 or 200. That will still serve more people than a can of sardine. Some of the nutrients may have been destroyed by the processing method. You are not the one that produced them. The nutrients might have been destroyed in the course of processing, because they have to go through a lot of processes. One, to keep them, and to preserve them. So in the course of processing, some of the nutrients might also have been destroyed. So these are the disadvantages of convenience foods. I said that convenience foods are foods that are prepared and packaged in ready-to-use form, and they are available everywhere. Examples are cornflakes, tomato, baked beans, sardine, and so on. And there are different types. The quick frozen foods, e.g. meat and fish, canned foods, corned beef, baked sardine. They are hydrated foods like potato flakes, coffee, instant tea. Then the packed ones like sandwiches, cakes, biscuits, ready-cooked cereals. And there are some factors you must consider when you are buying canned foods. One, the can must not budge, the seal must be intact, the can must not be dented, and you must also check both the manufacturing date and the expiry date. Then for all the convenience food, make sure the ones you are picking or you are selecting is good, is suitable for the occasion, and you have available storage facilities. Then you must not buy fake products. Then check the expiring dates and make sure the can is not rusted or dented. And like I said, these convenience foods are used as main dish. Some of them are used as main dish. Some are used as flavorings. Some are also used to improve the nutritive value of foods. And they have the advantages. They save time and energy. They are easy to carry about. They are good choice for an inexperienced cook. They save the housewife embarrassment when an unexpected visitor comes in, and is available in and out of season. But some of them could be very expensive, and in the course of processing, some of the nutrients must have been lost.